Wait.
Wait a minute.
You go that way. Yeah. No. Here, I'll go this way.
Jump! All right.
The Daytona 500 has finished.
Yes. Hey, guess what?
What?
The season started.
That's true.
Joey Logano loses by a hair. I will say it looks better than the
Previous
Fox
year.
promo. But you know he's excited about it because he's showing it off. Usually he has a hat on.
That's true.
He's having the hat off during his interview.
Well, he is sponsored by the hair people now.
That is
so
true.
probably why.
Maybe he gets money every single time he shows his toupee. I mean hair.
Hair. Yeah, that's real.
It's real hair. It is.
Anyway,
Anyway, so we got some stuff to discuss.
we do.
Who's calling me? All right. Oh, Jeff again.
There he goes.
All right. Sorry about that. You guys didn't even realize something happened, but it's
true.
That was about a 10-minute convo. So, anyway, we have some stuff to talk about.
Yes,
One,
we do.
including yes, I am in a tie.
We didn't know if anybody would notice.
I didn't think anybody would,
No.
but I don't know. It suits me well. That's not even a funny.
Okay.
Anyway, the Daytona 500 ended while we were riding to church because I had to go there to lead song. So, just getting out of church now. We want some stuff to talk about. So the first thing is,
Wait.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
all right. So, welcome to Shifting Gears.
We have 5 different gears to go through, 5 different topics we're going to talk about.
Let's get to that first one, shall we? Shifting into first gear. I want to talk about the truck race. I did not get a chance to watch the truck race.
I watched it all.
Are you measured through it?
Every single. How many laps was the race?
41 laps under caution.
Yes.
30-something laps under green.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. So we were away in Branson, Missouri. Shout out to you, Branson, this weekend. And we had went out to eat. Me and my wife got a little bit of a getaway. And we came back. And, sorry, this is going to frustrate me now. Or, what's that thing called? Distract me now that I know it was off. Anyway, so we went out to eat. And we came back and rushed to the hotel room. And I turned it on. Just as they were, and I guess they had mini rain flag delays. But,
Rain flag?
Yes, that's exactly. Red flag for rain. But anyway, so they got to their trucks. They did another 6 laps under caution, then it rained again, and they called it. So that's all I saw of the race. But
It was pretty bad. At one point, I told my wife they just need to call it, or they just need to, like, at this point, just postpone the race till another day, or at a certain point, it was already halfway. Just call and be done with it because they would literally race 2 laps, yellow, race, yellow, red flag for an hour and a half, red flag for an hour and a half, and it's like, okay, seriously, like it was bad.
yeah, so like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch it. So all of my opinions are kind of confusing because I didn't get a chance to watch it. But when it gets to that point, if you're going to run more laps under yellow, that's only a 100-lap race. 41 of those laps were under caution. And that's only 70 laps that they did. So that's over half the race under caution.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, just let it go to the next day. I get that it's a Daytona 500 weekend and there's a lot of scheduling. But even if it was a Monday, I don't think people would necessarily care, to be quite honest with you. Just let it go. Don't make the truck series start that horribly. Like, that's bad. They're not even going to go to another super speedway till October. So that's what they have. That's the super speedway for the year, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. So I'd say call it. After about the 3rd red flag, I'd say I'd try to get that done before halfway and just say we'll finish it later.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just my opinion on the whole matter. So
Shifting into the second gear, the Xfinity race.
hey, guess what?
What?
We had our first flip of the season
Sure we did.
already.
Yeah.
Add that to the flip counter because we're going to be keeping track this year again.
How many flips are there going to be?
Yep. So that was Sam Mayer. Fox did great camera work, didn't you think?
It was this,
and then they look back and it was already like this, and then they look back and it was on there. I'm not better. There you go.
It was
Cut away and come back.
like this when it came back.
Cut
when
away.
it came back again,
Like that.
It was like that. So I had no idea how many times they flipped because of that, and I was freaking out. And I mean, from what you see when it first started wrecking, I thought the dude was gonna flip like a lot. You know what I mean? I thought he was gonna get hit and just start tumbling.
Like do a Christopher Bell in 2016.
Yes, yeah. So when the replay showed, I was really confused. I'm like, I did not think that's what happened. But anyway,
He ended up flipping like Bobby Labonte in 2000 in the Talladega race. But anyway, here's all I'm going to say about this. Fox, hire better camera people.
yeah.
Like I don't really know what is wrong, and I don't really know how to fix it. So I don't want to be that one person that just complains the entire time because I don't. But something's got to change. I mean, come on. I get that you have bad luck with camera work sometimes, but when it's consistent, every race, this thing's not going to be done. Next weekend at Fontana, they're going to miss wrecks. They're going to cut away and zoom in on. Nobody wants to see this. Okay? I don't understand your thinking. Like I don't get it. I really don't. So I'm not. This last time I'm going to talk about it. Probably this week anyway. Maybe next week. But literally, I don't understand your thinking. I can excuse some bad luck, like even that wreck that they missed, where it looked like it was a hard hit. I don't ever know because nobody caught it on camera, but it was in the back of the pack. I can almost excuse it. All right, they're looking at the front of the pack, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, all right, it's every week thing. Come on, like at this point, I don't want Fox to return. I don't.
And real quick, and maybe we'll move on. The picture they showed that was said was the finish of the race.
Yeah.
I strongly disagree that was actually the picture. I do not. I do agree that I'm sure Austin Hill won because he had a good run on that.
I think he was in the lead the entire time.
But the thing is, it's like this, and Justin Allgaier's like way back here. Okay, when the yellow came out, just you put two together. I'm sure Justin Allgaier's were like right here.
Yeah.
Not way back here.
Well, even on the replay, you look and one replay they show the caution light is clearly on, and I know they say, "Oh, it's not the caution light; it's when they hit the button."
But
But the caution light can't be on
Until
before they hit the button.
Yeah.
So, and then the caution light was on, and they were 3 wide. So that's why I do agree that Austin Hill won.
I think they fibbed a little bit to make sure.
Yeah,
there was no controversy.
I think they just hurried up and looked at the closest image they found and said, "Nope, this is it," because they cut away. Because guess what? There's no post race show because that's how Fox is. So anyway,
third gear.
shifting in the third gear, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., better known as Recky Spinhouse.
But now they're calling him Winnie Stenhouse.
Yeah, Winnie Stenhouse.
Something like that. Ricky
Something, I don't know.
Stenhouse. I don't know.
His car's still poo, so he's Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, he won. First time since 2017 that he won. His last win came at Daytona in 2017, and guess what?
What?
He's a 220. 220. He's a 2023 Daytona 500 champion. He'll forever be known as Daytona 500 winner. And
congrats to him. I mean, it's always nice to see an underdog win, right? You know,
yeah, I like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I think it's funny that he causes so many wrecks.
It's true, and he somehow avoided all of them today.
Yes. But and sometimes you get frustrated because especially when he's buying Chase Elliott, since I'm a Chase Elliott fan, and you're thinking, "Oh, great,
Here we go.
But I mean, he's not a bad guy. I'm not like his biggest fan. I don't hate him
dislike
either.
him, no.
So I think it's cool. I'm very glad he won and not Mr. Hairline, JoJo.
Jojo Lolo.
Go. But anyway, I'm glad he won. So yeah. So anyway,
Shifting in the fourth gear, the safety of these cars now.
Yeah.
2023.
here's what I'm going to say. I think there still needs to be improvement. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted
I
you.
agree. There needs to be improvement, but it's weird to me because if you look on any in-car camera or if you look at Kyle Busch's wreck in the duel or whatever, it looks violent in there. But
does.
even Kyle Larson, they had radio chatter after his wreck tonight.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I'm good. It's fine.
Yeah. So
I don't know if maybe it's always been that violent, but now everybody's really eyes wide open about safety because of last year and sort of just now noticing that. But it seems they're okay.
yeah. So the only thing I say is if you look back at the old car, on in-car cameras, when they hit, they still go forward. But I don't feel like they go forward as much. So, but at the same time, you don't want the head to be completely still in an accident, because then, even though your head's still, everything inside of it still goes forward, and that causes concussions. So you want the head to move a little bit, but I just don't know. It literally looks like they're getting whiplash. I don't know if I like that. NASCAR's
like
still working. NASCAR is actually working on a new front clip that I think will soften it. I really do think it'll help.
That's the big thing, was these cars are so tough and so tough. But the reason they're so tough is the reason the safety is so bad.
Yeah.
Because the car is not taking any of the impact anymore. It's just mainly going to them.
It's a win-lose situation because I don't really want to change the car too much, because it is a very good race car, and it's a very good, especially on 1.5 miles. But they're working on the short tracks, so we'll see how it is this year.
Yeah, the race is good.
And it's a good-looking car, the best one since the Gen 4 cars before the car of tomorrow. So you don't want to change it too much. But at the same time, you still have to have that safety. So it's a fine line that NASCAR's walking. I know there's going to be a lot of NASCAR fans that are saying, "Oh, this car's terrible," blah blah blah. They're always going to get it no matter what it is. But all in all, I still think the car's good, because we had a lot of bad wrecks today as far as hard hits go, and even Kyle Busch in the duel, it doesn't even look that hard, but it looked violent in the car if you saw the video. But they're all okay. So, I mean, we'll see. If they start having concussions like last year, then maybe we'll start saying more about, hey, the safety still needs to be.
Yeah, it'll be a big issue. Sure.
But I know NASCAR, because they've talked about on NASCAR radio. I listen to NASCAR radio almost every day. They've talked about how they're already working on a better front clip, front nose, at least of the car, to soften up those blows a little bit more. So just like they did the back. So
hopefully it'll get there. Obviously, it's not as bad as we think, in a way, because everybody's just fine and not hurting. So and everybody's super worried about Kyle Larson.
Yeah,
and everybody's freaking out about the in-car camera of Tyler Reddick. But
I didn't get to see that because I went to get some plated chips, so I missed the in-car camera.
It was pretty violent looking, but
that's what I hear.
You can add it in if you know.
If I can find it, I will. But
anyway,
all right, and then also shifting into fifth and final gear. Just want to talk about the race in general. Was it a good race? What do I think? I'm going to split this up into a couple different parts. Okay, the first part is, Fox, you've got to do something with commercials.
Yeah,
like it is literally, there was 3 commercials in 10 minutes time. I paid attention because I went from a commercial back to a commercial immediately. So I looked at my watch. I kept track, and literally they went to another commercial, and within a matter of 10 minutes there was 3 commercials.
And they're not like quick commercials either.
Yeah,
they're minute and a half long.
Well, somebody timed it. I can't remember who it was, but I saw on Twitter somebody timed it, and one commercial was 9, almost 10 laps long.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay, and here's the thing. You can say, well, the Daytona 500 is a big race. They have to have their sponsors in, Mr. Kenny Wallace. But anyway, here's what I say. Why isn't there that many commercials in the Super Bowl? Which I get, they have timeouts that they can have the commercials, but NASCAR has cautions that they can have the commercials, and the stage breaks.
Here's what I think, too. The stage breaks and cautions, whenever there's, by all means, I would much rather see commercials than watch the cars go around circles for 5 laps for no really reason. They don't ever tell us why they go around 6 laps. Nothing's going on. They're just driving around talking. And so, show a whole bunch of commercials on time if you want to. Get them all, in as much as you can, and then get back as soon as they're choosing. I mean, that's all we have to see.
I'd even say, even when they're choo-chooing around the track, single file, that's fine. Go ahead and throw a side-by-side commercial at that point. You know what I mean? But there should never be, and you can say, well, Super Bowl is different because there's the thousands of dollars worth of tickets. Okay, I get that, but even IndyCar, never once do you really see a green flag commercial. So even in motorsports, they can do something different, and there needs to be.
And the timing of the side-by-side in that one, right, is hilarious. Because there was jokes about how this is what you're going to see doing 500, and it literally happened as... boom, side by side, and as soon as it got side by side, they were wrecking. And it's just like, it's so bad. Anyway,
it's just bad. And then also, the second part was, how in the world did they figure out the finish of this race? I have no idea.
And I know some Bob Hawkers try to explain it, doesn't really make sense. But like, if you look, this is what NASCAR says is they freeze the field when the caution's out, and that's whoever's where is where they finish, right? That's just what's okay. But if you look, Bubba Wallace and Kyle Busch are 4th and 6th, I think. They finished 19th and 20th. Okay, Pastrana was ahead of them, or was behind them, wrecking, and he finished 11th. So how did he get to 11th and then 19th and 20th? And it's Ryan like, and Ryan Blaney was locked down at one point. He might have got his lap back, that's fine. But he somehow finished 8th. But he was also behind them. He's the one that hit Kyle Larson head on in that last wreck.
Yeah.
But he finished 8th.
And the thing is, too, like I can see maybe where they say, like if they continue going, then they'll pass those cars that are wrecked. I can see that, but I still don't think it makes sense.
But it doesn't make sense because Kyle Busch kept going. I think somebody said he got spun out like way down, but still he kept going. And I don't know how in the world he ended 19th. I don't.
There needs to be better explanation. I know it's Fox doesn't.
It's
and NASCAR
unofficial still, but that's
NASCAR doesn't want ever to end under yellow, but especially as more and more of these races end under yellow, they need to have a better explanation instead of just throwing it into the next whatever's
Because
on.
if I was
next.
Kyle Busch, I'd be confused.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the crap? You gave me an 18th, 19th place finish.
The thing is, it literally becomes embarrassing to be a NASCAR fan. That's what it is. I'm embarrassed that I literally promote, hey, you need to watch the Daytona 500 to people that aren't NASCAR fans because it's on Big Fox. You'll be able to watch it if you don't have cable even, blah, 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 and it's going to be such a great thing. And then to have the embarrassment of that many commercials, not to miss it the whole time, and then to have it in that way to where they have...
And no
it's
explanation, it just ends.
I'm just like, how do you expect to gain new fans?
Yeah.
I mean, the fans, like hardcore fans like me and Caleb, will kind of get past it, go on to the next one and be like, whatever, that was weird. But if they don't understand it, they're not going to watch.
They're not going to watch it again.
So I don't understand. That's stupid. Now, the racing itself.
Let's do percentages, yeah.
Yes, the racing itself. That's where we'll do our percentages too. The racing itself, I think, was pretty good. I think they were able to hang on to it good. They didn't have much wrecks in the first two stages, which is good. I mean, obviously, and it's not like they single filed the whole thing either.
Yeah.
So it's like they were having good races. It was good. It wasn't the best Daytona 500 ever, but it wasn't bad either. So percentage wise, I'll give it 84% for Jimmy Johnson. So
for me, the racing was good. Even after green flag pit stops, they got back together. It could have been a lot more boring, right?
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't the most exciting. Wasn't the best Daytona 500 ever, but there's been a lot worse ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it a 75% for me.
There you go.
Because the racing was nonstop good, never choo-chooed around, really, and it was good.
Yeah, and
could have been better, could have been worse.
I'm basing my percentage basically is just solely off racing because I don't want to get into the commercials adding to it
it's not.
or deducting from it and the finish, whatever. I'll set that aside. It's just racing in general.
Side note, real quick.
I'll say
the more of these guys I watch these guys race at restrictor plate races, the more I'm impressed with how good they are at driving a race car. Because how many wrecks there could have been today,
I know.
It's crazy. I mean, you look back and see how many times Austin Cindric almost lost his car. Bubba almost lost his car. Denny Hamlin almost wrecked. Kyle Larson was wrecked. I mean, like crazy. But anyway.
So that's our thoughts on the 2023 Daytona 500. Guess what?
What?
They're at Fontana next week.
They are.
The last race for that configuration. So it'll be exciting to watch. Make sure you tune in because you'll be watching history.
And I'm not looking forward to the announcers the 2 weeks after that.
Hey,
Danica Patrick will be in the booth.
I have nothing against Danica Patrick except for the fact that
She's not good at announcing.
I don't understand. Like, I like Jamie Little, so it's not a woman issue because I know the people will be like, it's just because she's a girl. No, I like Jamie Little in the booth, but the thing is, Danica Patrick's like she goes on a topic,
And she won't
makes it awkward for one, and then she doesn't stop talking for 10 minutes, and it's just like, all right,
Yeah. Just like her interviews.
Yeah.
She was,
I know.
anyway, it's been a long video.
Anyway,
Like
subscribe.
and comment.
Yes. Hey, tell me if you like this tie because I kind of like it.
And let me know if you want me to wear a tie next time.
Yeah. You know, that's how it goes. So
Shout out to you, Jeff. Hey. Peace out.